that are married. You can sleep with that brother's wife, you sick dog, you.
Okay, retard. Since you quoted this verse, I'm gonna let you know this right here. That ain't what the verse means.
Popping purse, popping mollies, and putting powder in your nostrils. We be in the trenches, needles under benches. We be giving them the gospel. I keep 12 Sakari members with me. We be moving like apostles. True. Some distances is dead traps, hair rascals. You still a doctor. The church don't even know the truth. They can even tell you an Israelite. And the Arabs selling you all the switches and the malt liquor are the Ishmaelites. You can show a nigga slave ships in the Bible, still won't get it right. Until the time's out, then a nigga gotta find out what them missiles like.
Kenneth. God made his friend. Kenneth.
Hey, yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, turn off the music in the background.
Okay, hold up. Let me get that taken care of right quick.
Okay, cool. All praise.
Man, this dude's speaking real spooky right now. He just got...
Yeah, can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we hear you, Kenneth. Apparently,
okay, I got one question.
Okay,
well, I got more than one, but I'll start with one.
Okay, go ahead.
If the Hispanics are Israelites, how can they be Israelites when the European conquistadors helped to create them as a race between breeding with the Native Americans and the Europeans?
Okay.
And if you are what your father is, how is it that the Hispanics can also be Israelites?
Okay, so let me just show you.
You guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Let me just show you how you're very sadly miseducated and ignorant to just easy history. Are you saying that Mexicans didn't exist before the conquistadors came over here?
That's exactly what I'm saying. The understanding is that the Mexican got here through the breeding of a European and a Native American.
Brother. Mexicans come from the Aztec Empire. Do you know how long the Aztec Empire has been in existence?
Well, of course. I'm saying I'm not talking about the Aztecs. No, I'm talking about the Hispanics.
No, Mexicans come from the Aztecs.
Aztecs were Indians.
Mexicans. Okay, let me just show you something.
Man, God damn, how you this dumb, brother? Come on, man.
But we do know that the conquistadors came over here.
Hey, Kenneth, are black people white? Are they European?
No, I'm saying if you are what your father is.
Yeah.
If you are what your father is.
Did white men rape black women during slavery? Yes or no? Answer the question.
Well, I'm saying according to you, then those black women wouldn't be Israelites. They would be of their father, correct?
Okay.
They would be Edomites. That's exactly what you're saying.
Listen, all Hispanics were not raped. That's ridiculous.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you are what your father is.
Kenneth. The point is this. You just came on here and you said something so stupid. Have you what part of the country
and those babies are what their father is, correct?
What part of the country do you live in?
Those black women that were raped by the slave owners.
Kenneth, what part of the country do you live in?
I'm on the West Coast.
You're on the West Coast. Okay, so Mexico goes back to a city called Mexica, which is the capital city of Aztec Empire. Now, what you're doing is worshiping white people so much that you believe that they're fertile when statistics in Europe says that they're dying out because of the fertility rate. You think they can come over here and have sex and create a whole nation of people when they barely could sustain the lives of themselves with the fertility rate in Europe.
How many Aztecs are left in the world right now?
Aztecs.
How many Aztecs are left?
Aztecs.
Pure Aztecs.
Mayans. All of them people whose territory stretched into Utah, California, New Mexico, Nevada, and Texas. That's where all the Aztec and the Mayans going down to Central America. What does Mesoamerica mean?
You know what? Could you repeat that? I didn't catch that.
Sure.
What does Mesoamerica mean?
Mesoamerica?
Yes.
I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. The Bible says that Arsareth, that the 10 tribes will be in Arsareth. Where is Arsareth at?
Look, man. Look, I forgot.
Yeah,
you go ahead and tell me.
I know you forgot.
Yeah, but it still doesn't.
You forgot
look,
your mind.
My point is
you forgot your mind when you came on here as well. That's the thing. You keep reaching while we keep teaching. The Bible says that both kingdoms will be here in the Americas, Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, and then the Apocrypha corroborates that too as well with 2nd Ezra 13 dealing with Arsarid. You never forgot because you never knew.
Obviously.
I gotta listen, Kenneth. Did you know that only approximately 9% of Mexico's population is said to be of European descent? You know that 9%. That means there's 80.
You can go all the way down into Argentina.
Hold on. That means 91%.
Colombia
of them don't go back to Spaniards. So what are you talking about?
Look, that's a stat you're throwing out.
Okay, so how about you throw out a stat? Kenneth, hold on, Kenneth. You throw out a stat to debunk mine. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, we know that the Europeans came over here and plowed a whole lot of territory. When I'm talking about, we ain't talking about the field.
Listen, we aren't talking about the same thing because I'm bringing out facts. You're bringing out absolutely nothing, stuttering, not knowing what you're talking about. So I brought a statistic. How about you bring some? Hello?
I could sit and make up a stat just like you are right now.
I didn't make up the stat.
Or get something off Google. I could do the same thing, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just asking you guys a simple
question. Get a viable source.
That is, if you are what your father is, how can you consider all the Hispanics in this country and down into Mexico, into South America, how can you consider them to be of Israel? That's
Let me answer this one more time because you're super slow. Everybody else got it. Before the conquistadors got here, the Aztecs and the Mayans were already here. The Native Americans were already here. All right. So what did happen? Some of the conquistadors and guess what? There was a lot of Israelite conquistadors in there as well, dealing with the Moors that were still in Spain. There was a lot of Moors that came over and was helping the conquistadors conquer our brothers over here. So what happened was there was a small mixing, or not even mixing, a small raping. But our women learn how to get self-induced abortions, and then every woman who gets raped does not get pregnant. So just like you have the so-called white man who raped some of our forefathers, and that generated white a lineage that goes back to Caucasians. It's the same, but over time, it's just a small remnant, and they get absolved because there's more ethnic indigenous people than there would be a remnant of tares. That's just simple mathematics. So you got to do more history, my dear beloved brother. That's all, and you got to stop going off of pseudo history and pseudo science. What's more important is the curses and the prophecies, and our brothers over here fit them to a T, just like we do.
Okay, you know what? That's a decent enough answer. I mean, at least it is an answer, so I appreciate that.
Okay, your second question.
Well, I mean, basically, this is my first time ever calling into a show at all, and I just thought, since you guys told me that I could get in on a link, I decided to call. But I do have I can sit up and just keep asking questions about this Hebrew Israelite thing. What I want to know is this right here. How do you know what tribe?
Wait, are you a Christian?
Huh?
Are you a Christian?
No, I'm not a Christian.
What are you?
Now, to tell you what I really am, I'm a Muslim.
Are you a Muslim?
Yes, I am.
So you work for a white guy.
I started off as a Christian, but I reverted to Islam about 10 years ago.
Now, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
So you read the Quran?
Yes.
Okay. So you can eat pork according to the Quran?
No.
Okay, let me ask you this. You can't eat pork according to the Quran?
You cannot eat pork according to the Quran.
So you can't have one piece of bacon?
I can't have one piece of bacon. In fact, I haven't had a piece of bacon in probably 25 years. So I stopped eating pork even before I became a Muslim.
Okay, so under any circumstance,
I can read it in Arabic as well.
Under any circumstance, you can't have a piece of bacon? Under
any circumstance.
Okay, let me have you exegete this particular scripture. Okay. Surah 1, and actually Surah chapter 2 in the Al-Bukhari, it says, verse 173 says, he has made unlawful to you only carrion and blood and the flesh of swine. So the flesh of swine is unlawful, right?
Correct.
Under any circumstance?
Under any circumstance.
Okay,
no. Let me check that. Hold on.
Let me finish.
If you are on the verge of starving to death, hold on, fellas. I have to be clear. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Kenneth, you made a definitive statement.
The Quran goes in line with our natural instincts and understanding our common sense.
Wait, hold on.
You're about to die. You don't have anything left to eat.
Kenneth, I'm gonna mute you because I gotta finish reading this because you see how you're about to get done so bad, and now you have to retract your statement because the Quran does allow you goddamn Arab worshiping niggas to eat pork. Now let's go back to the Quran. I'm gonna mute you and I'm gonna unmute you because you just got daggered and you tried to lie. Now look at this. It says, "He has made unlawful to you only carrion and blood and the flesh of swine, and that over which there has been pronounced the name of anyone other than Allah. But he who is constrained, and he neither covets them nor exceeds the indispensable limit, incurs no sin." So if you're starving, you liars and you weak Muslims can have a piece of bacon. But contrary to you weak Muslims, us Hebrews would rather die than eat pork, as it is mentioned in the book of Maccabees with Eleazar and his son. Now you can talk because we're about to get in the Quran right now.
Yeah, I got so much work right now.
You.
Keep yourself alive. Right, but hold on, fellas, hold on. This ain't rocket science. Hold on, this ain't rocket science, fellas.
Yep, keep stalling.
If you are on the verge of death and you are in starvation, hold on, fellas, hold up.
We're holding on.
Kenneth, you have to close out of a tab. You got an extra tab going, so there's a delay. Close out of the YouTube tab so you can hear us in real time. Go to your other browser and close out of YouTube. You should only be in StreamYard.
Yeah, because I'm getting an echo. It's like okay, so I'm gonna close that one browser. Okay, I'm gonna close this one out. Can you guys hear me better now?
Yeah, mic check. Okay,
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, good. Now go ahead because you lied here on live TV. This is pay-per-view. So you lied in front of everybody. You need to go to Allah and repent. Now, we got some questions.
I didn't lie, brother. I simply forgot the one stipulation, and it's a smart stipulation as well, correct?
Yeah, right. No. The Hebrews,
the Quran does allow one to eat whatever that they can find in order to keep themselves alive. And that's just being logical and using your common sense.
Okay, don't eat pork.
Well, no, I don't eat pork. I haven't been in a situation where I had to. But if I was on a deserted island somewhere and I didn't have nothing else to eat, and if there was a pig running around, rest assured I'm going to catch that.
Because you're weak in faith.
Yep. You're weak in faith.
Right. Isaiah 65 said, "My servants will eat, but you will be hungry." You guys are weak.
That's right.
How ignorant is it to allow yourself to just starve to death?
Watch this, Deacon. Remember, he called you ignorant, Deacon. Watch this. He called you ignorant.
How ignorant is that? Just answer that question.
Do you follow after Prophet Muhammad's so-called Prophet Muhammad? You follow after his example?
Yes, I absolutely do. The authentic example of Prophet Muhammad.
You 100% sure about that? You sure about that?
The authentic. Look, this is what the.
Are you sure? Do you follow the so-called Prophet Muhammad's example?
I follow the true example of Prophet Muhammad. Yes.
Okay, cool.
It's found in the Quran.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna read this. Sahih Bukhari.
The Quran you're reading?
Book 58, number 234.
Real quick. He's reading the Hadith.
Right, that's not the Quran.
Okay. Watch this. Do you do the Hajj? Do you do the Hajj?
I haven't done it yet, but inshallah, meaning God willing, one of these days, yes, I will do the Hajj.
You know where that comes from? It comes from the Hadith, so don't play with me. I used to be a Muslim. I probably know more about Islam than you do. So
look, I said I follow the authentic Hadith. Authentic Hadith is what I said I follow.
So which Hadith is authentic that you follow?
Well, the Al-Bukhari Hadith, when it's in alignment with the Quran, that's the Hadith that I follow. So, when it aligns with the Quran.
So you get to pick and choose, basically, is what you're saying.
Well, this is what Muslims are taught to do. This isn't something that I just decided myself to do. We don't believe every single Hadith teaching that's out there. We don't follow it all because we know that a lot of people were out making, basically lying against the Prophet and making up their own. trying to say it was from the prophet, but it was, but it wasn't from the prophet. That's the point.
Okay,
so we gotta be careful what it is we eat.
Okay, cool. So let's go to Sahih Bukhari, and let's just see this man you follow, a description of him. Narrated Abu. This is Sahih Bukhari, chapter 4, verse 56. Narrated Abu Juhayfa. By chance, I went to the Prophet at noon while he was at Al-Batah in a tent. Bilal came out of the tent. Oh, by the way, are you okay with the Prophet Muhammad owning a black slave?
Look, slavery was a way of life and a way of society back then. So it's not something that you could just divorce yourself from. And so it wasn't like the slavery that took place here in North America. Okay. Now keep in mind, the same slave that you're talking about, he is the person who Prophet Muhammad said that he heard him leading him into Jannah. He heard the footsteps of that so-called slave leading them into Jannah.
Okay, but for the record, Muhammad. Okay, that's fine. But for the record, Muhammad owned a black slave, and you acknowledge that, and you're okay with it.
Look, I acknowledge that he did have slaves.
Right. Let's keep going. It says, "It pronounced the Adhan for the prayer and entered again. He brought out the water which was left after Allah's apostle had performed the ablution. The people rushed to take some of the water. Bilal again went in and brought out a spear-headed stick. Then Allah's apostle came out, as if I were now looking at the whiteness of his leg." Wow, let's go to another one. Sahih Muslim. I could see the whiteness of the leg of Allah's apostle. The thighs now. I saw the whiteness of the thigh of the prophet. I was catching a glimpse of the whiteness of his shanks, his forearms. I still seem to see the whiteness of the forearms of the apostle of Allah. It goes on to say how white his armpits were, his face, his abdomen, his belly, his cheeks. So wait a minute. You follow a white prophet who owned black slaves, don't you?
Okay, let's go ahead and answer that.
Yeah, go ahead and ansur that with a straight face.
The term white, they're not talking about the white that we know of as white right now in this day. That's not what they're talking about. There's also a description that he was a dark-skinned man.
Really?
So but see, right being light or being white.
No. Show me the description of Muhammad being a black man right now.
No. Being white is a relative term. I got people that are in my family. When I was a kid, I talk about brothers and sisters. Some of them are really, really light-skinned. So I used to look at them and call them, "Oh, you are light." But compared to somebody else,
Kenneth, are you saying that he was
relative, right?
He was just a lighter skin. Okay.
Right. Like for example, you're lighter than this brother sitting next to you right here. But
no, you are lighter than me. I'm black.
No, I'm saying he's lighter than you.
But honestly,
he's lighter than you, but he's not white. But somebody might refer to him as being white.
Nobody would
ever refer to him as being white. If you went to Africa, the brother that's on the right that I'm talking to, if you went to Africa, those Africans might see you as being a white man. But you're not.
No, they wouldn't.
Brother. Kenneth, are you married?
Light-skinned brothers have been called white by Africans on numerous occasions.
Okay, Kenneth, are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Is it prohibited for you to commit adultery?
No, of course not.
So you can't have sex with a married woman?
Of course not.
Under any circumstance?
Can I have, as a Muslim, can I have sex with a married woman? No.
No.
As a Hebrew Israelite, can you have sex with a married woman?
Okay. No, but I'm going to show you that the Quran says you can be an adulterer.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that one.
Okay, Surah 4:24. Look what this says. And also prohibited to you are all married women, except those your right hand possesses. So if you have two servants or slaves that are married, you can sleep with that brother's wife, you sick dog, you.
Okay, retard, since you quoted this verse, I'm gonna let you know this right here. That ain't what the verse means. Now, under this circumstance right here, we always reflect back to the hadith, and which is the practices of Prophet Muhammad.
Wait. You just said, wait. You said you didn't believe in the hadith.
No, I did not say that. I said the authentic hadith I follow.
Okay,
let's authentic ones where it talks about Prophet Muhammad burning people's eyes out.
Okay, now let's look
him impelling people. Where it talks about
this translation.
That crazy stuff. I don't believe that stuff.
Look at this translation. And all married women are forbidden unto you, save those captives whom your right hand possesses. You know what, brother? I'm gonna be honest with you. Islam and the Quran is disgusting. Have a good night.
Oh, what's more disgusting than
Have a good night. nigga. Bow.
Here's what's crazy too.
Talk for a minute.
The white. He'll say the white. Right, that doesn't mean actual whiteness, but then he goes on to talk about his beard and how black his beard was. So is his beard actually black or is it not black? Because if that's black, then why would white actually be white? Muslims they don't know what the hell they're talking about, man. All right, they don't know what they're talking about at all. Most of them are just Muslims because for the same reason I always used to be a Muslim, because I just didn't want to be a Christian, and I liked Malcolm X, and I liked Khalid Muhammad. I didn't know anything about Islam. I used to smoke weed before going to the damn. It's been so long since I've been a Muslim. I forgot what the temples that they be going to are called. Right? Eat the dates and all that stuff. Okay, I remember I did my shahada when I was like 13, 12. It's all Christianity, but just an Arabic twist to it. All right, all praise to the Most High. We're here to listen. We're taking down all false doctrines. Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, atheists, the mosque. It's been so long, I ain't been to a damn mosque in who knows how long. But all praise. And listen, that's just an entry level. Lord willing, one day me and Deacon go really in, or whomever goes in on Islam. All right, because we could go into Aisha, we could go into Surah 9 verse 5, we could go into how Muhammad thinks that the sun sets in the Mediterranean Sea. We can go into how Muhammad thinks that shooting stars are Allah fighting demons with arrows. We can go into a whole lot of stuff concerning Islam and how false it is. This stuff is absolutely bugged out. Brother want to talk about how somebody else is retarded though. Muhammad had a 6-year-old damn bride. This is Sahih Bukhari, volume 5, book 58, number 234. I was reading, but he cut me off. Narrated Aisha. The Prophet engaged me when I was a girl of 6 years. That's what it says, man. That's what that sick-ass book says. That a man of God supposedly had a 6-year-old bride. Are you kidding me, man? That's pedophilia. But you want us to follow that? No, you're the retard, brother.
Okay. All praises. Now, let's get back on here through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shimmy Al-Shai, man. Back to this goddamn devil who tried to say he was talking to God and God told him something. Let's get this. That was bad for Kenny.
Cops hop out, we bail on them. Leviticus, I like my fish with scales on them. Ask Chief Ephraim, he could vouch. We be putting in the work while you sitting on the couch. Camp haters quiet as a mouse. Yeah, already shout out to my brother Austin Trout. Just as a reminder, if there's doubt, I wear every single fringe, even when I'm in the house. That pinning off, day of Pentecost. In the synagogue, I've been a boss. Every minute cost. And I got the dinner sauce, they call me Pace Picante. They put beef on my plate, and I ate the entree.
Get all your truth music at deaconsakari.com. That's 9 albums. We even got a couple free for y'all. Support the cause, y'all. Children's Bibles with black and brown images. All on deaconsakari.com. Even your head wrap. Stay dipped. Stay brewed dripping. All right, deaconsakari.com. And sign up to the Patreon. Sign up to patreon.com/deaconsakari to get the exclusive YouTube videos that YouTube will flag and also early releases as well.
I broke my watch, but didn't throw it away. Niggas know I don't waste time. Don't mess with my kindred. You wanna check on my fringes, just look at my... In my hair wrapped with my side nine shirt on. If you out pushing this truth, get your work on. This a head bopper, give you whiplashes. I'm checking all my garments, no mixed fabrics. Catch a Edomite, he getting 6 slashes. This is real gold on me, no wrist rashes. But I don't need a rollie or a pearl Benz. I'm keeping the commandments till the world ends. I ain't trying to get caught up with a girlfriend. I'm like Elijah, trying to get caught up in the whirlwind.
Popping perks, popping mollies, and putting powder in your nostrils. We be in the trenches, needles under benches, we be giving them the gospel. I keep 12 Sakari members with me, we be moving like apostles. Some distance is dead traps, hair rascals, you still a thought though. The church don't even know the truth. they can even tell you an Israelite. And the Arabs selling you all the switches and the malt liquor are the Ishmaelites. You can show a nigga slave ships in the Bible, still won't get it right. Until the time's out, then a nigga gotta find out what them missiles like.